So yes, the season finale ended yesterday, and I can't believe we have to wait all the way till next year to fucking find out what happens next. But because this finale was so dense, I'm going to dissect it one piece at a time. So let's just dive in. And obviously, there's gonna be spoilers. Obviously, I feel like I shouldn't have to say that, but there's gonna be spoilers. So let's dive in. The beginning is so interesting to me because Melisandre, this bitch just leaves. Okay, just leaves Stannis because half of Stannis' army or something like that have just like left, just snuck away, and then Stannis fucking finds his wife fucking hanging from a tree. I was like, damn. This dude has no emotion. He's like a fucking emotional desert or something. I mean, like, this motherfucker's just like, on to Winterfell. It was so poignant to see Sam and Jon Snow talking, and Sam wants to go away with Gilly, and what a man. I felt so sentimental when Sam was leaving, especially when Jon was like, Sam, you been doing some fucking? Huh, Jon Snow. I was kind of disappointed that we didn't get to to see the battle by Winterfell with Stannis' army, you know, because it looked like the way that army folded around Stannis' army. I was like, damn. I know he man, they got fucked up. I also love when fucking Stannis is next to this tree and he's just like, like, seriously, that noise he made, like, I want that as like a alarm clock or like a like a ringtone. And then Brienne comes out of pure fuck nowhere, and she's just like, in the names of the blah 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 and the blah blah blah. I was like, oh man, cold blooded, coming for your ass, Stannis. And the guy who plays Stannis, I mean, what a fantastic performance. Seriously, like, wow. And to people who think that Stannis is still alive, like, personally, I hope he got killed in that moment. Like, next season, when we flash back to where Brienne is, we should, like, go back to that moment and see her be like, "Gah!" And then fucking, like, Stannis' head is just like, and his fucking head, like, spirals like a football off of his body, and there's just, like, a fucking fountain of blood that gushes out and starts raining back on fucking Stannis' beheaded fucking body as his head fucking makes a wet, pulpy noise as it bounces off a few tree branches. Oh my god, I'm so glad that Reek finally, that Theon returned. Okay, when that dumb hoe with the bow and arrow was talking shit, and out of nowhere, Theon's just like, just makes that bitch just go splat on the ground down below. That made me so happy. That was awesome. That was sick. However, that when Sansa and Theon, when they jump, they just jump off the side of the castle. Like, I mean, granted, I'm sure there's a lot of snow down there, but that would be a hell of a fall. You know what I mean? Fucking when Myrion Trant, when he was hitting those little girls, that shit was fucking pissing me off. But when fucking out of nowhere, whoosh, Arya Stark comes out of nowhere and fucking stabs him in the eyes and in the chest and in the back and shit. That scene was done so well. Like, Arya is about to become like the most badass assassin of all time, I think. And she just like slits his throat, and I was like, yeah, baby. And she goes back to that room full of faces. But then that Vala Morghulis guy, whatever, shows up, and he just drinks this poison, seemingly kills himself. Then out of nowhere, he's across the room over there, and she starts pulling faces off the corpse, you know, and all of a sudden gets down to her face, and now I know where she like just goes blind. Like, I keep in mind, I haven't read the books. I don't know what's about to happen next, but the whole scene was a mind fuck. When my boy Bron, when he's leaving with Jaime Lannister, and he's talking to that short-haired chick, and he's like, well, you better come see me sometime, I'm gonna get married. And she's like, what'd she say? She's like, you want the girl, but you need the bad pussy. Or she said something like that and bites his ear. I was like, bro, make sure you reunite with that chick. And then fucking Jaime has this interesting moment between him and his daughter, and there's some little bitch ass kids screaming in the background. But anyway, he has this little heart to heart with his daughter, and she's like, I understand, you're my dad, I love you, Dad. And he's like, damn, I got a daughter. And then Myrcella just starts bleeding out and she dies. You know, Tyrion and Grey Worm, they're gonna stay in Marine, while Jorah and the other guy are gonna go find Daenerys, which is gonna be probably pretty fucking complicated because Drogon, the dragon, he's all weak and wounded, trying to get some sleep. Fucking Daenerys goes down, walking through this little valley, and she just gets surrounded by, like, looks like hundreds of motherfuckers, and then she gets captured. So yeah, this will be interesting because Daenerys, she's one of my top favorite characters. She's like the female Alexander the Great or something. Seriously, the Walk of Atonement, the Walk of Shame, whatever that Cersei has to go on, is seriously one of the most fucked up things I've ever seen in a TV show. I mean, first, when they were like scrubbing her naked body, you know, and they just were so brutally like cutting down her hair, and just seeing her just naked and just so short of hair is so polarizing to how we first see her at the start of the season. Like, that is crazy. Whoa. You know? Oh my god. And when she was walking through the city, people were probably throwing, like, their boogers or shit, their piss. Probably throwing rocks and shit. I don't know. People are just like, cunt! You know? This one dude literally, like, just like pulled out his dick and was like, I'm gonna let this suck me off. I was like, holy shit. That was... Listen, I really hate her character, but damn, they didn't have to do it that bad. The moment that exploded the fucking internet, when Kit Harington, he goes down there, he fucking sees the word traitor, turns around, for the watch. Wow, that's up there with like the Red Wedding. I don't know if that's worse than the Red Wedding, because the Red Wedding seriously was unlike anything I had ever seen before previously in any medium. Like, that just, I was just like, oh my god, what? And when Jon was getting stabbed and he was just left there on the ground to bleed, and then Ollie, the little kid, fucking stabs him too. Bruh, that was so brutal. I cannot believe this. And listen, there's a lot of people who believe that, you know, maybe Kit Harington, maybe Jon Snow is Azor Ahai. Maybe he's gonna be brought back to life with blood magic from the fucking Melisandre. Maybe his spirit is just gonna go inside of a fucking direwolf or something. Okay? A lot of people have these theories about how Jon Snow is not dead. He's coming back. And he's coming back real soon. I mean, granted, yes, Melisandre, she is at the castle. So, I mean, theoretically speaking, maybe she could work some blood magic and bring him back, you know? But I have a few issues with that. First off, she's not very good at her job so far. she doesn't really have the best track record as a sorceress, all right, or whatever the hell she is, all right. Also, according to Kit Harington and the main writers, it appears that Jon Snow is dead. You gotta keep in mind, I never read the books. Apparently, the last book in this Game of Thrones story was A Dance with Dragons. And the next two installments, the final installments, are The Winds of Winter and The Dream of Spring. Surprisingly, these are not out yet. And even more surprisingly, the last thing that we know of about Jon Snow is essentially, to some large extent, what we saw last night with Jon Snow left bleeding out on the ground. Now, there's a lot of theories about how Jon Snow is going to come back, but it appears to be that it is not a fact that Jon Snow is coming back in the books or in the show. Especially not the show. I mean, I just want to read you something right here that was from Kit Harington himself. This is my understanding of it. I had to sit down with Dan and David. We did the Tony Soprano walk, and they said, "Look, you're gone. It's done." As far as the sour, we'll skip past that. Let's see here. Okay, quite honestly, I've never been told the future of things in the show, but this is the one time I have. They sat me down and said, "This is how it is. If anything in the future is not like that, then I don't know about it. It's only in David and Dan and George's heads. But I've been told I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm not coming back next season. So that's all I can tell you, really." I got that scary feeling that I think he's dead. Like Robb Stark dead. But then I don't know, but no one knows. And why has it been so long since fucking A Dance with Dragons? Where the fuck is the Winds of Winter and A Dream of Spring? What's going on? We gotta fucking wait until next year to It's really hard for me to say what's been the weakest season and the most superior season, because I binge watched season 1 through 5 like starting sometime early this summer. So it was just like all of the seasons are just one giant season for me. So I'm not really sure which one's the best, but I mean this season had the most polarizing moments, the most paradigm-changing moments so far in the show's history. But what did you guys think of this? Oh my god, I'm not going to be talking about this again until next year. What did you guys think of the finale? And yeah, let me know your thoughts down below. Fuck! When I see you again talk about Game of Thrones, it's going to be so long from now, but... Alright, guys. Looks like that's it on Game of Thrones. Until next year. It's going to be a really, really long winter. A man needs more episodes.